Animation is a medium that knows no bounds. The possibilities are endless. Nothing is impossible when it comes to the art of animation. As a matter of fact, the greatest thing about animation, aside from the fact that you can do whatever you want with it, is that everyone has easy access to learning how to do it with the power of the internet. I even tried my hand at it not too long ago to no avail, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Anyways, as you can probably expect, since everyone has easy access to learning how to animate, YouTube is filled to the brim with both animation channels and videos. Some that are amazing, some that are mediocre, and some that are just outright terrible. However, I won't be talking about the mediocre in this video, and you bet your ass I most definitely won't be talking about the outright terrible. No, instead I will be talking about 5 amazing animation channels that I picked out for this video. If you've already read the video's title, then I guess the surprise is already ruined, but for those who haven't, I'm going to be talking about Xploshi, a surreal animator, Podel, an animator who mostly posts shitposts, Umami, an animator who is most known for being the creator of the Interface series on this channel, Squiddo, an animator who is known for her animations of Dream Team SMP members, and lastly Hoolopee, an animator that is well known for his RTX On series. So without further ado, let's kick the video off by covering Xploshi. Xploshi is an 18-year-old surreal animator from the United Kingdom who created their channel on February 6, 2020 and has since then amassed a total of over 188,000 subscribers. Their first video, titled Oni Plays Animated Ding Dong Reviews Unfinished, was uploaded just 2 weeks after they made their channel on February 20th. This video has since then garnered a total of about 58,000 views and 2,000 likes. Following the release of this video, Xploshi would continue to make animations in the same vein as this one until the video titled Bonnie Plays with Matches was released on May 22nd, and this was the video that marked the start of Xploshi's venture into the realm of surreal animation. For those unfamiliar with the term surreal animation, it can simply be defined as the use of shocking, irrational, or absurd imagery in animation. If you've ever seen a Pam tree or surreal entertainment video, you probably have a good idea of what this kind of animation is. Anyhow, back to Xploshi. So they uploaded this video that was only 25 seconds long, and it has since then become their 6th most popular video, with it currently sitting at about 1,388,300 views and over 44,000 likes. But as for what happens in the video itself, well, it's a bit bizarre, but that's the idea. So we're shown the setting of this animation, which is Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Food. Quite the name there for sure. However, I will say that they passed up on a good opportunity to name it Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Food, but hey, that's just me. Nonetheless, after this, Bonnie is seen playing with some matches, as is said in the title, and then Freddy Fazbear tells Bonnie to not play with matches. Bonnie then proceeds to say, "Who are we but slaves to the flames?" and then in a dark twist of events, burns Freddy alive. That poor old bastard. He probably deserved it though, for all the times he scared me when I was 12 years old. The video then concludes with some text that says, "Yikes, fire is the least fun way to die." Just definitely a statement I can get behind. This is only just the first video of 20 of these that they've made. Their most popular one is the one titled Breakfast at the Watersons, with almost 7 million views and over 185,000 likes. A little fun fact about this video is that the former voice actor of Gumball, Junkie Janker, actually did the voice for him here, so that was really neat. Anyway, this video is even wackier than the last one I mentioned. So the video starts off with a parody of the Gumball logo that says Goo Ball's Fantastic Land, which I think that name could honestly make for a good discount version of Gumball. Cartoon Network should definitely look into this one. After the title screen, we're greeted with the whole Watterson family, except for Darwin, sitting at the table eating breakfast. More specifically, Arlo's cereal, as in Arlo, the literal YouTuber. I gotta ask mommy to buy that cereal next time she goes to Publix. Nevertheless, Gumball's family begins to question Gumball about Darwin's whereabouts since he hasn't been seen for 6 weeks. I mean, I would have personally just called the cops after like the first day or two, but whatever, I guess Gumball's family isn't the smartest. So Gumball keeps denying the fact that he has any affiliation with Darwin's disappearance, to which Anais responds by saying that she has live footage of Gumball putting Darwin into the dark dimension because he ate his cereal. Gumball then has a meltdown once again, claiming that he is not affiliated with Darwin's disappearance before he floats up off his chair into the dark dimension where we finally see Darwin. Gumball then tells Darwin that they're onto him, and he then reassures Darwin that he isn't safe. He then reappears in the kitchen, and after his mom says that they know what he did, Gumball sucks her up and presumably eats her. He then once again says that he has no affiliation with the dirty deed we now know he has committed, and asks if there are any other questions. Richard then raises his hand and proceeds to rip some fat ass. After this, they all laugh and the video ends. Quite the ride if you ask me, and if all of this sounds like your cup of tea, you should probably go subscribe to them to prolong your lifespan by 4 years. I should subscribe, so I should live until I'm at least 1,004 years old. Anyhow, let's move on to covering Podel. Podel is a 25-year-old shitpost animator who, just like Xploshi, is also from the UK. His channel was created on February 11th, 2014, and he has since then accumulated a total of over 261,000 subscribers. His first video, titled Sample Feud, was uploaded just 8 days after the creation of the channel. However, this video was not an animation. It was actually an MLG montage parody, since those were pretty relevant back in the day. This was around the time that Podel was known as Blazing Scrubs, which is probably a huge throwback for any OGs out there. However, since I only want to focus on his animations, his first one titled XX_Gravity_XX, and from the title you could have probably guessed that this is also an MLG montage parody, except for the fact that this one is animated. It was uploaded on December 13th, 2014, and it has since then garnered over 149,600 views and 5,200 likes. As for what the video is about, well, it's pretty simple. A man on Earth quickscopes a man in outer space, and then he plummets back down to Earth, resulting in his death. That's it. Quite the fascinating plotline if you ask me. You know, the best part about Podel's animations is the fact that they've maintained a certain level of scuffness, even though they have gotten miles better since his first one. But there is one exception to this that I'd like to cover. The video uploaded on December 5th, 2020, titled Dreams/Memories 01 Brother, is that exception. The description says this is a series where I recreate dreams or memories I've had in the past as close as possible. In the case of this video, a memory is being depicted, more specifically a memory of his late brother. In a mere minute and 21 seconds, Podel is able to show us this memory of him and his brother running through a wheat field with their parents walking right behind them, but at the same time manages to demonstrate to us his pain and how much he misses his brother, by cutting back to himself in the present day walking in the same wheat field all by himself. This is all accompanied by some wonderful music that just makes the whole video that much more emotional. And I really hope that Podel pursues the series in the future, since it's a testament to the fact that he is capable of making more than scuffed meme animations. But on a lighter note, to conclude this section of the video, I reached out to Podel himself to ask him some questions about his animations. These questions being, when did you start animating? Which video was your first ever animation? How did your channel start gaining traction? How original would you consider your animations to be? And lastly, do you think that originality got your channel to where it is today? And here are his responses to those questions.
When did I first start animating? I guess not like the conventional way, but I started off doing Lego stop motion like when I was 10 years old, or even earlier probably. I still have them on my mini DV cassette tape from my old camera, which is somewhere in the cupboard. Yeah, I was just making really simple stop motion things with my digital camera, and I didn't have consistent lighting at that point, so I would start in the morning and then I'd finish in the evening and the lighting would have completely changed, so everything looked really weird. I didn't understand how that worked, so I didn't understand the concept of adding a light to the scene, so that was my first attempt at animating. I think the very first animation I made was in 2014. I think I recently watched the film Gravity in cinema, and for some reason I decided to, use whatever skills I had at that point to try and do an animation, but obviously it looked pretty horrible because that was my first thing that I ever did. I downloaded this software called Element 3D and decided to use that to sort of make my own thing, and it kind of worked. It looked alright, but people seemed to like it, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that was the very first thing that I made on the channel. How did your channel start gaining traction? Well, between 2014 and 2019 actually. Yeah, so at that point I personally wasn't doing that many animations. I was doing a few every year, so I was doing like 1 or 2 a year, and the channel's actually dropping in subs for about a few years. It would stay consistently at like 140k and just dropped between that and like 130. Then in 2019 I uploaded this video called Up To, that for some reason it got 1 million views in like a week, and I was really confused like why it got that, but obviously I was really happy. So that was the start of the journey where I just sort of made random parodies using animation, because I thought maybe it will be as successful as the other one. Who knows? Yeah, gradually after that, I would keep making it. I uploaded this other video called NVIDIA Bread that just, I don't know, it blew up again in a week, and sort of kickstarted the style that I was doing, and people started to do the same thing. Well, for the majority of my animations, to start with, I am parodying the actual film, so obviously it's not entirely original, but the actual animation itself, I'm doing everything from scratch, and I'm rewriting like dialogue. You'll know it's a parody because obviously the same characters and everything, but it's obviously a different story, completely different characters, the way they act, the mood, in the style that I like. So I guess that would be considered original, but yeah, some of the parodies, very rarely. I'm trying to do more of this, but I want to do more original work where everything is just from scratch. So I've done one so far. Hopefully I can do more in the future. That'd be cool. Yeah, because, you know, I've seen a few comments saying the style of humor is quite original, and the way that I sort of animate things is quite unique. So I think in that sense, yeah, it's an original sort of take on a film that is obviously the complete opposite of what I'm trying to do. So say, for example, you've got The Incredibles, and that's sort of like a fun family film, but then I just twist it and turn it into a really gritty, sort of strange, dreamlike video. It's a new take on a film that you've probably seen a million times anyway.
Thank you so much for participating in the video, Podel. I really appreciate it. Let's now move on to covering our third animator for today, that being Umami. Justin Tomchuk, better known as Umami online, is a 30-year-old Saru animator from Canada who is most known for the Interface series on his channel, which was created on September 14th, 2017, and has since then amassed a following of over 247,000 subscribers. But for those unaware, Interface is a series that focuses on the adventures of two supernatural protagonists, Henrik, a man who doesn't age, and Mischief, a clown-like entity with the ability to shapeshift, as they travel across several locations searching for Henrik's great-granddaughter, all while being pursued by Cammy, a mysterious artificial god created by the most likely malicious Greetings Robotics Corporation. If you happen to be someone who has seen the series and are familiar with the likes of Pilot Red Sun, David Firth, and Sweet Easy, you can probably see where Justin gets a lot of the artistic inspiration for his series, and as a matter of fact, he actually has all three of these channels in the featured section of his channel. Anyways, as of the time I'm writing the script, Interface is on its 22nd episode, with the first episode of the series having aired on December 9th, 2017. It's currently sitting at over 472,200 views and 16,000 likes. And as of right now, Justin is working on the 23rd episode of the series, and according to a comment he made on one of his last few live streams, he claims that this episode will be the best one yet. Now, while Justin may be very well known for his Interface series, he is most well known for making an animation titled Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb that was uploaded on January 16th, 2018. Since its upload, the video has garnered a total of almost 7 million views and over 262,000 likes. When it comes to the video's premise, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. And if you're an avid viewer of Justin's content, then you'll probably come to expect the wackiness of this particular animation. So essentially, it starts off with Thomas the plane. Yes, you heard me right. He's no longer a train, he's now a plane. And after a few seconds, he deploys Thomas the thermonuclear bomb, and he inevitably crashes into the ground and explodes on impact, therefore burning Sir Topham Hatt's face off. And no, that's not a made-up name, that's literally the name of the character from the cartoon. Anyhow, just like the last section to conclude this part of the video, Justin will be answering the same set of questions that Podel answered. They will appear on the screen right now, and here's what he had to say.
When did you start animating? I started my YouTube channel in 2017, and I started it kind of as a test. Wasn't expecting much from doing the YouTube channel. I've done some animation when I was a kid, like 14 to 15. I used to do stop frame animation with Lego and paper cutout stuff. I used to submit it to film festivals and stuff, and I got a bunch of stuff in back then. The second question is, which video was your first ever animation? I can't really remember what the first animation was, but I was probably like 13, and it might have been like a Lego animation. I just can't remember the name of which one it was. How did your channel start gaining traction? When I started my Umami channel, to get the ball rolling with the channel, what I would do is I'd just make the video and I'd just post it to Reddit or something. There was one particular subreddit that I would post to, which was YouTube Haiku, which would accept 30-second long videos, which is perfect for animation because 30-second animations don't require that much work. I just started posting there, and then I guess it caught on. Slowly I got like a small, very small, but like loyal fan base of like 3,000 people. And so they would post the videos for me, so I wouldn't have to post them myself. And I guess that's just kind of how it started. And I just been consistent with the uploads, try to upload one thing a month, you know, at least. What really kind of took the channel to a major amount of growth was in between making those kind of like short little bonus videos, I guess you call them. I started my web series Interface, which is sort of a long form project. And what really kind of took my channel to a next level was when bigger YouTubers out there started noticing the Interface series and made some kind of like analysis videos on it. There were some channels out there, Xpo did one video, a Nightmare Masterclass, and they really boosted the amount of people looking at my animations. The channel Let's Read was another one that initially, I think, was the first one to feature my animations. So I'm very thankful for those guys for featuring my videos because they gave me a boost. How original would you consider your animations to be? There's like some sort of like somber tone throughout my channel, which I don't know if a lot of YouTube channels, animation channels, were doing at that time, 2017. It's kind of like a mix of like, I wouldn't call it like depression or whatever, but it was like it's a contrasting emotion that you would pair with the visuals. Like, you know, Ronald McDonald driving down the highway in a big shoe, you would think is a funny video, but when you watch the video, it's kind of like this weird, depressing kind of, there's some sort of undertone to it that's just not right. And maybe that's the one thing about my channel that could be considered unique. Do you think that originality got your channel to where it is today? Sort of the tone and mood of the early animations was somewhat unique to what was previously out there and kind of set it apart from other animations. And that's really what kind of appealed to people and got the ball rolling for me.
Thank you so much for being a part of the video, Justin. I'm really appreciative of your participation. Let us now go on to covering the fourth animator, Squiddo. Squiddo is a 17-year-old animator from the United Kingdom. God, another one from the UK? Is every animator literally just located in the UK or what? Nonetheless, she's most prominently known for her animations of Dream Team SMP members, and if you're a regular on this channel, you know how much I love talking about the members of that server. Anyhow, her channel was created on February 14th, 2017, and she's since then garnered herself a following of over 113,000 subscribers. However, her first animation, or rather animatic, titled I Think I'm Going to End the Stream, Dream Team Animatic, was uploaded on October 9th, 2020, and has since then accumulated over 860,500 views and 71,000 likes. This animatic is based on a clip from George Not Found stream where Dream and Bad Boy Halo are desperately begging George not to end the stream. Not really sure if George ever ended that stream, but the video concludes with Bad Boy Halo saying all men do is lie, which is simply not true. I've never told a single lie in my life. Anyway, since the release of this video, she has uploaded a total of 5 more animations, since her channel's focus isn't actually on animation, but rather on the Minecraft content she makes. Nonetheless, from the 6 animations she's made, the most popular one is titled Mom Am I Animated, and was uploaded on January 4th of this year. For this video, Squiddo chose to animate a segment from Tommy and its 3,000 subscriber special, in which he asks his mother if he's adopted, after reading out a comment that asks if he's adopted. After this, Tommy proceeds to pose the question to his mother, to which she responds with a simple yeah. Truly heartbreaking stuff if you ask me. Such an awful thing to find out, and it was all caught on video. Of course, no offense to any adopted people out there in the audience, you're the best. Please don't cancel me on twitter.com, please, I'm begging. Please. Regardless, this video is her most popular of all time, sitting at almost 6 million views and over 271,000 likes, and as a matter of fact, the pinned comment on this video is from the big man Tommy himself, where he just said this is poggers. Not only this, but the big dog actually watched the animation over on one of his Twitch streams, and the clip of him watching it has been uploaded to YouTube with credit to Squiddo in the descriptions of the videos. Due to the popularity of these re-uploaded clips, this has undoubtedly aided the animation in garnering attention. But to conclude this segment of the video, Squiddo will be answering the same questions as the previous 2 animators. They'll be on the screen right now for all of you to read and refresh your minds with them, but without further ado, here's what she had to say.
I've been animating little things for years now, but I only properly started doing frame by frame animation, like like how I do now, a few months ago, so back in October. Before that, I had done a few animatics, but I wasn't really trying. It was more like a slideshow than an animation. My first published animation was an ironic Pusher meme that someone paid me 1 cent to make of their cat girl character who was Hans's wife or something. But I think my first proper animation was the I think I'm going to end the stream video on my Squiddo channel. My channel got traction from an animatic I made back in October called Centuries Dream SMP Animatic. I remember going to bed right after I published it because it took me all week and I was tired. And when I woke up, I had gained almost 1,000 subscribers. It was so crazy I nearly cried. Honestly, I don't think they're very original. Lots of people compare my art style in the Mama My animated video to that of Star vs. the Forces of Evil, which I haven't actually seen, and also to the Scott Pilgrim comics, which I haven't read. I mostly just animate clips that I've seen other animators do too. Like, I only did Mama My Adopted because other people were doing it, and I thought that I could make it pizzazzier. But on the other hand, I tried to make my animations have a high FPS because not many other animators do that, and I guess, like, maybe I think it will help me stand out. But pretty much if a clip's not funny or the video isn't interesting, I guess it doesn't matter either way if I'm original or not. I guess so. The Centuries video that gave me my first subscribers was made because I was inspired by Sadist, which I'm sure lots of other people were too. And I remember the same day I was about to publish mine, the premiere for The Fall started, and I freaked out because I thought that everyone would think I'd copied, but that didn't happen. So I guess I do owe a lot of my initial success to the originality that I might have had in that Dream SMP animatic.
Thanks for partaking in the video, Squiddo. I very much appreciate it. Let's now go on to covering the last but certainly not least animator for today, Hoolopee. David, better known as Hoolopee online, is an animator of unknown age from London. God, another one from the fucking UK, Jesus Christ. Might as well move over there so I can learn how to animate. Anyhow, David makes animations in Blender, a software for 3D modeling and animation. His channel was created on March 28, 2011, and he has since then amassed a total of 122,000 subscribers. Although he wasn't always an animator, he was initially a skit YouTuber, comparable to the likes of Gus and Sven Johnson. However, since I only want to speak on his animations, his first one was uploaded on June 4th, 2018, and it was titled Many Doors, Yes? This animation is a bit of an unsettling one since it's literally just 10 seconds of raw from Ed, and Eddie, staring at you with this freaky smile on his face as you can hear him in the background saying Many Doors, Yes? It definitely feels like something out of one of my worst nightmares, and while that may be the case, it seems like people really liked this video. Considering the fact that since the date of its upload, it's garnered over 587,290 views and 26,000 likes. This video is also part of his RTX on series, which I'll touch on later. On a much less creepy note, his second most popular video of all time, titled Death Stranding PS1 Trailer Demake, was uploaded on July 2nd, 2019, and for those questioning what a demake is, well, essentially it's the polar opposite of a remake. David basically took the Death Stranding trailer and made it look like a shitty PS1 game, hence the title of the video. It's absolutely glorious, and once again, people adored this video since it has over 211,000 likes and almost 5 million views. But let us now speak about his RTX On series. And for those unfamiliar with it, this is a series where David takes something that has really outdated animation that may or may not have aged well, and he makes it look like you have RTX On, which is defined by Wikipedia is a high-end graphics rendering development platform created by Nvidia, primarily aimed at enabling real-time ray tracing. As of the time I'm writing this script, David has made 4 of these videos, with his most popular one being Morshu RTX On, which was uploaded on January 22nd of this year. And as a matter of fact, it's his 3rd most popular video right behind the aforementioned Death Stranding demake, capping off at over 4 million views and 258,000 likes. This was also the video that pushed him past the 100,000 subscriber mark, so that's definitely worth noting as well. He even included a blue screen of Morshu at the end of the video so people could make their own memes and videos out of it, which brought even more attention to his video since the views on a lot of those videos are up in the millions. David most likely knew that by doing this, he could bring more people to his channel, and it sure as hell did. So with all that said and done, let's move on to the conclusion of the video. So So that concludes the first episode of hopefully many of the fascinating world of series. I hope you all enjoyed looking at these 5 channels with me, and I hope you all in turn support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to show me that you want to see more of this series. If you could also go support all 5 of the channels I covered, that'd be very nice as well. But making this video is definitely a breath of fresh air from my usual content, and I would really love to give you all more of this content, so just please help a fella out, will ya? If you could also leave a comment down below with your thoughts about the video as well as how I could improve upon this style of content, that'd be greatly appreciated. I've got another video planned for this series on speedrunners and speedruns in general, so do be sure to let me know if that sounds interesting. But besides that about wraps up the video. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you next one.